Guys, I'm back with a part 2 on how to make your own medical masks. So there's a lot of articles out there showing you how to make your medical mask, and I saw 2 different kinds. The first one being this one that I showed you guys how to make yesterday. Super simple and easy. It takes a couple of steps and a couple of minutes to make. The second mask that I've been seeing in articles to create is this shape mask. It's a little bit harder to make due to needing to create that pattern piece. Also, there's a lot more stitching involved, so both are still effective in their own way. This one's a little bit more upgraded and is more effective. I put a little bit more detail in this as well to make it safer to wear. This one will most likely be used as a second layering on top of the N95 mask. I was watching a video yesterday of medical staff creating their own masks, and this was the second layer that they put on top, because although this is a mask, it's not as effective, so it's always good to layer up your mask. So if you decide to make this one for my tutorials today, still very helpful and still good to make so that you can donate. One thing I would change that I forgot to mention in yesterday's video is adding fusible interfacing to this mask before you fold and pleat it. Fusible interfacing is a material you add on by ironing onto your fabric, and it sticks, and that just creates a filter. So for this mask, I incorporated those ideas of a filter and some suggestions I was told yesterday. This one has the third layering, which is the filter slash barrier layering. And then I also added these nose pockets so the medical individual can put the metal nose pincher in these pockets and pinch down, and this mask will have an even closer fit. So if you want to learn how to make this second mask, then keep on watching. But like I said, both are still important in their own way and effective in their own way. So whichever you decide to make, I still think it's a great thing that you're taking the time to help your community and hospitals that have been impacted. So, alright guys, the first thing you're gonna want to do is look for a PDF file of a face mask. I just googled face mask PDF pattern, and it came up with a bunch of these. I picked the design I wanted, which is this one. It looked like it was more contour to the face, and this was the one that I saw a lot of others using. So you can either Google your PDF, or on Facebook I'm sure there's links to be able to print out a free PDF. So I kind of just looked at the image, and then I freehand cut my own. I tested this one on my face. This is my own personal one. I just wanted to see what the fit would be like. And then I went ahead and used it to create my own pattern and trace that out. So this is the one I will be using to cut all the other face mask patterns. You cut 2 shell and cut 2 linings. So the next thing you're gonna need is your supplies. You're going to want your cotton fabric. They want tightly woven, so if you go to Walmart or Joann's, they have these like fat quarters. I got this one. I like the cute designs, and it came with multiple, so I'm gonna be able to make multiple kinds of masks. This is what I'm gonna be using for the lining, and I got a whole stack of that. Next, you're going to need elastic, and then we also have bias tape. So it's really your decision. They are running very low on elastic at all sewing stores, so this is the only size I could find, but you can also go with bias tape, and it needs to be single fold. This is more of if you want a tie-on mask, and this is more of if you want just that elastic just so it can just go over your head. And yeah, so I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter, and this just controls how loose or fitted you want the mask. So this one gives you more variety of fit, and this one just makes it close fitted to your face. So it's basically just your decision. Next supplies you're going to need is cotton batting. You don't necessarily need it, it's more optional, but I was advised that this will make the mask more effective for the doctors and nurses and all of them to use. This goes inside of your mask, and it creates a second barrier to the virus. So this just helps it to where the virus can't seep through the mask. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your shell fabric. Make sure it's in half. You're gonna lay your pattern piece on it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pin some parts. Then after this, I'm going to cut out the fabric pattern. So when you're done with that, your pattern piece should look like this, and it will have the two shells. You're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the lining fabric, and then also if you decided you wanted to do the cotton batting, you're going to cut out the same. So if you're deciding to do cotton batting inside of your mask, make sure to write it on your pattern piece so that you don't forget to cut too. So when you're finished, everything should look like this. You're going to go ahead and stitch along the center front. I put half an inch seam allowance, a little bit less, but you're just gonna go ahead and pin along the center seam, and then I'm gonna get to the sewing machine and stitch it. Alright guys, so for the stitching portion, I'm putting my length at 2 and the tension will be at 4. This is what it should look like. So after you're done stitching the center seams, they will all look like this. I also realized that my personal mask has stretch to it. So in order to get these to fit a little bit more snug to the face, I went ahead and added a pleat. This just lets it fit more closely because these will hit just maybe about the ear. I'll show you how to do that. Just pinch, push, fold the flap. Hold that in place. Get your needles and pin it. So you're gonna do this to this side as well as the lining before you attach them all together. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky. You're going to want to make sure that the part of the mask that has the most curve is the top part. This is where your nose curve will be. So make sure all of them are going the right direction before you do this next step. You're going to turn over your shell, flip it. You're going to put it on top, right sides together of your lining. If you are not doing the cotton batting, then you can go ahead and pin the top seams together and the bottom seams together. But if you are planning on doing the batting fabric, then you're gonna go ahead and take your batting fabric. It doesn't matter which way it's flipped. And you're gonna put it on top of your shell fabric as well. And you're going to sandwich your shell in between your lining and the cotton fabric. When you're done with pinning, you're gonna go ahead and just stitch along where you pin the needles. When you're done with stitching on the top and bottom seams, you're gonna go ahead and flip it inside out. So when you want to use bias, you're going to fold it all in. That. You're gonna go ahead and slide it in the corner. And then you're going to get your second string and you're going to slide this one in this side as well. And make sure you get it in there good so that it doesn't pull out at all. And then you're just going to stitch along that side and then repeat for the second side. One thing I wanted to include is how to find the measurement of your elastic. You're going to measure from your crown to your ear, or however long your mask is, and then you're going to measure from behind your neck to your ear. Similar to the bias, you're going to fold it, and you're going to insert the elastic for the head. Insert the elastic for the neck. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Going to fold it inward. Tuck the elastic in there snug and pin. So this particular mask with the elastic is probably best if you're making a personal mask for yourself, your family, your friends. If you were going to make a bunch of masks for the hospitals, I would suggest doing the bias strip, just because we don't know the measurements of each and every doctor's head. So being able to have a tie would be best. For this portion, I'm gonna go ahead and do the zigzag stitch just because I am working with elastic. That stitch looks like when it's all done. And now the last step is to just go along that top and bottom edge just to clean it up a little bit. Another bonus tip, if you grab your scrap fabric, you can put some use to it. I found this little edge piece that already has a fold. You cut it in a rectangle. And then you're going to take these, put them inside out, and you're going to stitch an L. So just stitch the side and the bottom and do that for both of them, and then they should look like so. After you're done sewing it, you're going to just flip it inside out. So I put it inside out, and then I get a bobby pin and I just push against those corners to make sure it's nice and pushed out. So these are actually little pockets so that the doctor can put that metal nose clampy thing that they have. This was a suggestion that I should add this on masks, so that it will be even more effective mask, and if the doctors need to, they can add the metal on it to tighten the nose portion. So you're gonna pin it. I put about an inch apart. I'm gonna stitch along these edges. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching my video. I went ahead and put my hair in a little bun because I wanted to show you what this mask looks like on. So after you're done slipping it overhead, if you decided to use elastic, or tying it around your head if you decided to use bias, you're going to make sure it's on your nose snug. Make sure this isn't all wonky. Take your elastic and put it in a comfortable spot that is comfortable for you. So this is how it will look. So this mask design, it is going up to my ear, which creates a more snug fit. It is contoured, so it's not all in my eyes. And it's snug on my jaw. And with the nose pockets, like I said, if the medical individual puts those nose pinching things in the pockets, then it will make an even fitted mask. So this is the new updated mask. So let me know what you think about this second video and this second upgraded mask. I really enjoyed how it turned out, and it was still really fun to make. Both masks are fun to make and still effective in their own way, and you're still doing great by helping the best way you can. So let me know which one you do decide to do. I just decided that I want to share this mask design instead because of how much more effective it is. So let me know what you guys think, and happy quarantining.